Hello guys, and welcome to the beautiful sunny Ho Chi Minh City, or Saigon as it was formerly known. In this video I will take you around all the things in the city that you cannot miss. The first thing on the agenda is a visit at the Cu Chi tunnels. First, we went to an art center where people who are victim of Agent Orange and are handicapped, they do crafts and you can buy their crafts there to support them. We were shown all the steps in the lacquer painting process. You might recognize this from my Hanoi video. We were shown the natural products that are used from eggshell to seashell. It was very interesting to see. We then arrived at the Cu Chi tunnels. The tunnels were dug during the Vietnam War by Viet Cong soldiers as a way to move undetected and launch surprise attacks.
And right there, we got another one right there. You see people gathering right there, huh? With one more door right there. So from here, you move there. If you know the way, of course. Because on the way you move, maybe traps, maybe it's too complicated and you don't know how to move. Okay, it's not a normal hole, right? You see the way to go?
The tunnels played a crucial role in the defeat of the American army. The network of tunnels is quite a drive out of the city, but 100% worth it if you want to learn more about the Vietnam War. Next up is the tunnels, and we have now arrived at the shooting range. And you can shoot guns here, but being in an active period of war, it never seems right to me to just firing guns for fun. That's just my opinion, but obviously it's each to their own. You can see the incredibly intelligent ways that the Vietnamese soldiers outsmarted the American soldiers and absolutely terrified them with horrifying booby traps. We even got to walk through part of the tunnels, or should I say crawl, before getting back on the bus for 2 hours to get back to the city. I stayed at the lovely Mobilette hostel, which served a free beer a day and is close to the Bui Vien walking street. This is where Ho Chi Minh's nightlife goes down. Tourists dance at Crazy Night and locals attend the DJ sets at TNR Saigon on the weekends. The next day I visited the War Remnant Museum in Ho Chi Minh City to learn more about the war, its origin, and the lasting effects. I continued walking around the city center, passing by the Independence Palace. It was the home and workplace of the president during the war, and the Vietnam War ended here when a North Vietnamese tank crashed through its gates. The Basilica of Notre Dame is a popular landmark nearby. Unfortunately, it was being renovated. Next door is the old post office, where you step back into the late 1800s. This must have been one of my favorite buildings in Ho Chi Minh City. I continued strolling past the French Architecture City Hall, from where a big avenue leads to the Cafe Apartments, another iconic building. If you're up for it, you can go up the Saigon Sky Deck for a 360-degree view over the city. For the best shopping, go to the Bantown Market. Aside from doing sightseeing in the city and maybe also going out on the Bui Vien walking street, I also wanted to have lots of good food because it is my last days in Vietnam, so all the best things that Vietnam has to offer, I had to try again before leaving. That is why I booked a food tour this morning, and we tried a lot of great things, even things that I hadn't tried before. I did like the Bangkok one a bit better, but it was still amazing. Here's how it went. To my surprise, I was picked up by my guide on a scooter, and it was a private tour. The first meal was unlike any noodles I had before, and I really enjoyed it along with some soup. Anything with shrimp on it is going to be a hit for me. We walked around the area for a bit, passing through the flower market. This is another colorful and very well scented part of the city. However, we got to see way more than just beautiful flowers. Beautiful. Then it was time to get back on the back of the bike. This must be one of my favorite things ever. I love being on the back of a bike in the hectic traffic of the city. It's crazy, but it works. Then it was time for something sweet. This banana in sticky rice grilled over charcoal and topped with coconut cream was so good, but so very sticky. Along the way, we picked up a banh mi, which I kept as an airport snack for later, and it was okay, but not as good as the one I'll share with you later on. God, I miss banh mi so much. My guide took me to parts of the city that had a fascinating history, sharing some interesting facts. This was followed by a traditional Vietnamese iced coffee break. Our final stop was probably my favorite meal, Vietnamese banh cot. It was great to end with something I hadn't tried before.
This is the bánh cọt that I told you.
Okay.
Yeah, for the meat, shrimp, the crab, and the quail egg. Like this. Yeah. And then you will take this one onto the top.
It was so yummy and definitely a nutritious meal. Finally, we finished with this delicious hot tofu pudding with ginger, coconut milk, and tapioca. A meal that wasn't included in the tour, probably simply because you wouldn't be able to eat anything else, is the biggest and best banh mi I had in Vietnam. Banh mi Huỳnh Hoa, which I've linked in the description below, was a monster of a banh mi, which even came with gloves and a bag of greens to add. I was the client of the day and won about 2 kilos of meat, which I gifted to the woman next in line. Next time I would have this banh mi, I would get it without the sausages, just the delicious pate. Whilst I've been in Saigon, I've also been catching up with a friend that I met last year in Bangkok. So it was so nice to see her again. She lives here and we met up 2 nights in a row. We had some lovely ramen in Japanese Town, which is also pretty cool, but it is the red light district as well, so just keep that in mind. And it was a sad time as well because I had to say goodbye to the people that I had been traveling with for pretty much a month, because we started out all the way in the north and we've been following each other along for the entire month, and it's been so good to have people that you know and get along with, and it's kind of like a safety blanket, especially for a solo traveler. And saying goodbye, I suck at goodbyes. I'm so not good at it. But yeah, at least I've made some good connections, and just like I did with Fanny, I can just meet up with them in the future in another place around the world. If you want to see what I get up to in Vietnam, then definitely subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. My time in Vietnam has been absolutely incredible. So if you don't want to miss any of that, I will see you in the next video. Bye!